Okay, those of y'all who've seen boxing news today know that WBC, um, they have stated that Manny Pacquiao is the number one and mandatory contender for Mayweather's 147 WBC title. You also know that a couple of weeks ago they said Mayweather has until next Sunday the 15th to decide if he's giving back his WBC 154 title or WBC 147 title. And reason this is interesting is because Mayweather's said after fighting Canelo back in September, he said he's fighting May 3rd, and that was in September. And now just a couple of weeks ago, after fighting Rios, Pacquiao said he's coming back on April 12th. And I forgot who wrote the article on Yahoo Sports. If you've seen that, they said the one way that this fight could happen is if Golden Boy and Top Rank they auction on who gets control of the fight. I mean, that the fight would happen, except one of them would be cut out of it. So whoever would bid the most was the one who would get all the promotional rights, and of course the other promotional company would still get to put like their banners up, during the fight and everything. But you know, the company that does win the bid, they would be the ones handling the contracts, all that. That's if I remember correctly. I didn't read it myself, but had a friend who was telling me about it. But you know, that's something to think about. Mayweather already had his date set in advance, so likely if there's a change of dates, Pacquiao would be the one to move to May 3rd instead of fighting April 12th. And another issue that remains is Bob Arum. If you paid attention, Pacquiao's last fight, I think his guarantee was either 11 million or 18 million. It was one of the two. Either way, 11 or 18 is terrible compared to what he's normally been getting. But even then, what he's normally been getting isn't that much, compared to what Mayweather's been getting. And people disagree, but Pacquiao's had those issues with the tax people. They said his accounts are frozen. They said that the accounts that they do have for him, the total in those accounts equals, about $25,000. And that's all he got in the bank over there. In the Philippines, he only got 25,000 in the bank in the Philippines. Is terrible. And they said that Pacquiao had issues when getting money out to try and help with what was it, the tsunami over there, because there was victims. It was a tsunami or hurricane. Anyway, the situation over there isn't bad, or it's not good, it's bad. And Bob Arum said Pacquiao had to borrow money to help with that, and that he himself, Arum said he himself has donated money to help with the victims over there. And I find that interesting because at the same time as saying that Pacquiao has bank accounts elsewhere, but I'm thinking if he has accounts elsewhere, outside of the Philippines, why does he have to borrow money? And why was it said that his accounts in the Philippines being frozen was preventing him from helping? I mean, he couldn't get money from one of his other accounts, wired to him or something, so that he could help out with that. I mean, like Western Union or something like that. And then on top of that, Arum was saying he'd even be willing to lend Manny some cash himself. So I'm like, why does he have to borrow money, and why would Arum have to lend him money if he got accounts in other places? And then in the Philippines are saying he only got 25,000 over there. And then there's reports saying that he owes somewhere between 18 million and 50 million in back taxes. So it's not looking good over there for Pacquiao, which is another reason why he might be willing to do something about the fight. He might be willing to go ahead and give Mayweather a bigger split if that's what it takes. And Mayweather offers him however much money he wants to offer him this time. So, you know, Pacquiao might say, you know what, forget you, Bob. I need to go ahead and get this money right. But right now, the main issue is Arum decides when Pacquiao fights, and Arum says he wants to fight. But like I said, if he really wanted it, why, after knowing for 2 months that Mayweather is fighting on May 3rd, would he say that Pacquiao's scheduled return is April 12th?